All right, well, welcome back. We're here with another one of our interviews during this advancement interview series. Thrilled that you could join us today. I'm joined by Gail Offringa, who serves as our Director of Parent Engagement here at Baylor, and we're just so thrilled to have her. Gail, welcome.
Well, I'm proud and happy to be here, Josh.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're in China Spring, Texas, but we get to have a great conversation today about how our parents engage with the university. And Gail, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to Baylor and what your role looks like?
Sure. Well, I raised two daughters in Massachusetts, and my oldest daughter decided she wanted to come to Texas for college. So she landed at Baylor University in 2011, and my younger daughter came in 2013. So when we moved her in, we ended up driving up to Dallas looking at houses because my husband and I had really wanted to ultimately end up in Texas. And through just a series of events, I ended up in Waco, Texas through a job opportunity in 2014. So and then in 2016, I was hired by Baylor in this position. And it was great because I was an out-of-state parent originally. And then they were still here for a little bit while I moved to Waco. And I always call myself the reverse legacy because my daughters came here first. So I fell in love with Baylor as they came here, and that's how I ended up here.
You got to Baylor and Texas just as quick as you could, right?
I sure did. I kept coming here thinking when I would come and visit, I thought, oh, this is a pretty neat place, but we need to be near a big airport. So we were focusing on Dallas. And then one day I was like, no, Waco is a much better place. So here I am.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're glad that you're with us for sure. So you serve as the Director of Parent Engagement. Tell us, if you don't mind, a little bit of what your job looks like and how are you doing that job right now as we're all at home and quarantined and doing all that kind of stuff?
Sure. Well, we always describe ourselves to parents as their on-campus liaison. We are one of the few universities that has an office totally dedicated to parents. So we serve them. So if they have any question of any kind, nothing is a dumb question. We're there to help answer it, help direct them. And usually it's to help them help their student. So our job is to really guide parents so that they can help their student successfully have a journey here at Baylor. And so right now, a lot of times we get phone calls with just questions or issues that have come up or emails anyway. We get out and see them more personally in a normal time. But right now we're connecting through email and phone calls primarily. Throughout the year, we have many different programs. So if any of the parents have come to orientation, they would attend our dinner where we do present and tell them what we do for them. In the summertime, we'll have send-off parties, which we travel around the country and have parties for the incoming students. And then really to get parents involved in their own hometown, we have a wonderful program called the Parent Engagement Program, Parents in Prayer Program. And that's where people get together once a month and pray for each other. So during this time, we launched a pretty big virtual Parents in Prayer meeting. So we had over 20 of our normal groups have met virtually in April and some in May. So that's been really fun too, because we've been hopping on those and getting to talk to the parents and see how they're doing. So it's been really fun.
Yeah, that's a really neat program that I know the president really loves, and she's been able to be a part of some of them. I've been able to be a part of them. It's just a neat time to slow down and pray for those parent students and all students at Baylor. It's a neat, unique thing to Baylor for sure.
It really is. And really, I have many parents that will approach me as I encounter them and say that is the most meaningful thing that they did while their student was here. So it really is a special program.
That's awesome. Obviously parents can engage with anyone here in the advancement staff anytime they have any questions, but how best can our parents engage with you and your team kind of going throughout the year if they have questions or thoughts or just want to connect?
Well, again, we always say, call us first. We can easily either tell you the answer or get you in touch with the person who can give you the answer. So I kind of say we're like point people, just give us a call and we'll advise you on which way to go. So, or again, through our email, and many times they'll call and say, I heard you at the dinner and I never thought I would have to call your office, but here I am. And so we have wonderful conversation with them and really help walk them through kind of stuff that they haven't done before as a parent at their student college.
That's awesome. You know, it's such a crazy time when your kids go off to school, whether you've been to college or you're a first generation college student, your student is a first generation college student, or whatever it looks like. It's just an intense time, right? With a lot of things
Yes,
going
it
on.
is.
So,
And what I can say though, one thing that encourages parents a lot is, I mean, just like when they're younger, there's going to be ups and downs through everything that we do. And so they need to learn how to let the student walk on their own path, but walk alongside them and encourage them. But now that I've had 2 students that graduated from Baylor, what I can always pass on that I, again, wish I would have known, because it would have comforted me a little bit, is that they are so well prepared for their careers. And I've asked each of them, do you feel you were prepared differently than some of your friends and that didn't come to Baylor? And they said, definitely prepared and equipped to enter into the workforce, very capable.
that's awesome. That's awesome. What are some things that parents kind of engage with you about? Is it helping my kid with, I don't know, a housing thing, or is it more general, or what does that look like?
Usually we talk about this at the orientation dinner. Usually they're calling because their student isn't getting connected socially, or they have some academic struggles, because we always have, of course, very bright students that come to Baylor, and maybe they haven't ever hit their wall of, wow, this is super hard, because they're very, very bright, or it's just the new environment, adjustment to the new environment. So it's usually academic challenges, or they're not getting connected socially. So we can tell them all the wonderful resources that Baylor provides for academic support as well as social. Josh, we have over 325 organizations on campus, and we have an office dedicated just to students to help them get connected. So, and many times as parents, I know myself, when I came here, I don't even remember when I came here for orientation. That's how kind of emotionally overwhelming it was. And I didn't think it was. I thought I was kind of cruising through. And right. It's pretty scary now. So I understand it's all new, it's very different, and you're just trying to get through all the processes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's awesome. Now, Gail, I know that y'all have a great volunteer kind of team around the country that works with you guys. And, we've talked about how to get connected with y'all. Can you share with us a little bit about what your volunteers do, and why should our parents around the country be engaged with our parent team?
Sure. Well, we know statistically, Josh, that if a parent is engaged with the university that their student attends, the student success rate really, really climbs. So you want to be able to be engaged in some way, so that when you even have conversations with them, you kind of know what's going on and you can have a better conversation. So that's number one. And number two, sometimes people say, well, I have a church that I attend. Why would I need to go to your Baylor Parents in Prayer group? And we'd like to say, because this is the feedback we've gotten, is that some of their friends don't have kids at Baylor. So you're going to be attending a group where you can pray together with a common bond. Number one, there's many there that are a year or two ahead of you that can help you, get through this time and really just have a fun time. And so our volunteers, we run the program, but our volunteers host it in their home. So we handle everything. We handle the invitations. We handle, people who say registrations, the information that they're going to share at these meetings. And it's really, really special, as you know, Josh, when you get to go to the meetings and you see a wonderful experience for this small capsule of time that people get involved in. We've also partnered with the alumni group as well, because they've created some groups that will continue on once their students graduate, get involved in community service. There's many, many different ways.
Yeah, that's awesome. Gail will be humble, but I will say that if they're not the hardest working department on campus, they might be one of the hardest working. Y'all are always connecting with parents and traveling and doing all kinds of things. And so we certainly appreciate the work that you do. And, as a parent of young kids, hope one day that my kids have someone like you they can work with. But
thank you.
I don't know if I told you, I don't know if I told you I was going to ask you this ahead of time, but have you picked up any hobbies during this quarantine at home? Anything you've been doing, trying?
Well, I usually attend a gym in town, and so I can't do that now, of course. So, and I've never been somebody who could work out on my own at home. but I have been doing that. So
Okay.
that's I can be proud of, really. That's kind of a good hobby.
That's
and then,
good.
yeah, spending time with my daughter watching just old series that we might have the disc sets up that are really, really fun. You know, some of the things that they watched when they were younger. My youngest daughter lives with me now.
Yeah.
May I add one more thing, Josh?
Please
that
do.
Parents can get engaged. So
Yes.
we have social media, and we're on Facebook and Instagram. And if they, can just like what we see, follow us, just it's another way that they can so easily get engaged. We also have a parent portal here through our office alone. And all parents get loaded into it. And we provide really, really good information to our parents that will follow their student through. So when their student's a freshman, the parent isn't going to get information about graduation. It's really apropos, and it has things that are housed on the website as well that can give them additional information about our graduate and career services. So there's a lot of special information where they don't have to hunt through a broad website on how to get them. So I forgot to tell you that earlier. And then of course we every year launch our Baylor Family Shirt. So that would be a way that they can give back as well, because it's a donation.
Yeah, that's kind of that y'all started that last year, I think.
3 years ago. This is our third year.
And crazy numbers of people buy those and wear them on Move In. And
crazy. It's so much fun. We design a shirt that's unique to that time. It doesn't have a date on it, so that they'll wear it to Baylor sporting events in their hometown if they get together for like a parents' night out or a watch party with Baylor folks. So it's great. It's really, really fun. And people were so excited. We just launched it on Monday. So.
Well, I'll tell you, I have not bought mine yet, so we'll talk about that after this. That'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll make that happen. Hey, you shared with us so many great ways to engage with you and your team, some great things that you're doing. So we'll certainly do that and follow up on that. But what's the biggest way we can pray for you and your team right now?
Well, thank you very much. I think the best way that you can pray for us is that really pray for the parents and for the university and the families, because obviously it's been an unusual time. And we know that someday we'll look back on this time, but just to really pray that the students go through the upcoming finals, which are, next week, starting next week, and that they just, feel confident and are assured that they'll make it through that time. So I know you asked to pray for me, but that's really what our prayer always is. So.
For sure. Well, Gail, thank you so much for doing this today. I really appreciate it. It's always a joy to get to visit with you, and hope we can connect again soon. For sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Well, sick 'em Bears. Thanks.